Good morning. I have a lot of thoughts today. I'm trying to formulate what I want to say and let it come off tender. There's no way to let it come off tender, so put it this way. Have you ever known something that nobody else around you grasps? And you know, without a doubt, that what you know can change lives only for the good. Wouldn't you want those people around you to know the same thing? This, in a nutshell, is sharing good news. The good news. I don't know how to make it more clear other than there's something good that you are missing out on if you are not following Jesus. You're missing out on the best thing that you could possibly have in your life. And it's interesting because I know that naysayers will look at scripture and say it's a book full of stories. And I don't know where I was reading it this morning. It is a book full of stories, but it's the story. It's a story of love and truth. And it's interesting because maybe some of the stories seem far-fetched, but they all served a purpose. And so if these stories seemed far-fetched, that doesn't mean that they're not true, because God's work is beyond measure, for lack of better terming, because honestly, beyond measure doesn't even cover it. When God does something, He does it to perfection, and humans can't do that. So it makes sense that some stories might seem far-fetched. What about when you hear of something happening that is just, you can look at it and say that's not possible? And it's not possible in regards to normal human capacity. But it is possible with God. It's possible. And these things happen. They happened in biblical times, and they're happening now. Miraculous things are happening all around us. And I can look at those things and say, well, yeah, it's God. God does amazing things. And it's not a surprise because I've seen Him do so many things, and they're just beyond measure. And so then you think, if I was living a life not knowing God and not knowing what He's capable of, things probably would seem kind of far-fetched. And so I understand, I can understand, I guess. I can have compassion for the fact that if you aren't following Jesus, you might look at things and say, well, that's not possible. And you're right. But all things are possible with God. And His Word says that. And He's incapable of lying. And so, because He's perfect. And again, we're not perfect, so it's hard to understand that realm of perfection. But I truly believe there's no way to deny it. People do deny it. You might be listening today and you might be one of those who denies it. But I'm just telling you, it's true. God does miraculous things, and He's doing them regularly. It's not like He did them and now He won't do them again. He's still doing them, and He does them regularly. And He uses us to be a part of it. And what an honor that is. What a gift. And it's just amazing. And I just want to shake you if you don't know. If you don't know the goodness of God, I want to shake you. And I'm not going to, first and foremost, because I might not know you personally, but also because that's not my role. God calls us to be gentle and humble and loving. And I'd say shaking somebody probably isn't the most loving thing. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is, if you don't know the good news, if you don't know that there is a God who loves you and will meet you where you are, and my dog's leash was stuck. If you don't know him and all of his goodness, I highly encourage you to start discovering him and to start looking at the things that he does, and start, most importantly, recognizing that it's God who's doing those things. If there's something happening around you over the next couple weeks and it doesn't seem to make sense, but it's good, but you keep looking at it and you're thinking, this is good, it just doesn't make sense, that's your glimmer into what God's capable of. And I pray that he shows that to you in a way that you can see tangibly and not doubt that it's coming from him. And that's one small step forward. One small step forward in the right direction of knowing and then learning to trust what God does, who God is, and what he says, and take it as truth. And you'll see amazing things happen in your own life too. That's all. Have a great day.